Hey everyone, it's Nicole, and in today's video I'll be talking about the negative effects of social media and how I overcame them. So I'm gonna start this video by explaining all of the negative things that I did while using social media and then how I turned them into a positive action. I feel like the first negative habit that I had while using social media was having every single social platform. I had Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, Visco, every social platform you can think of. The only one I didn't have was Facebook. I'm gonna go through each app and explain why I thought it was negative to have each of these apps and which apps I actually still use because of the positive action that I turned it into. So first, starting with Snapchat, the only reason I was using Snapchat was because it was just a way just to see what people were doing. I realized that that provides no value to me by checking up on other people that I probably haven't spoken to since high school, so I deleted it. The reason why I had Twitter to begin with was because of news, and I deleted it because I felt like I can see the news by turning on my TV, going to ABC, Fox 4, CNN. I can watch the news. I don't have to view it on an app and then mindlessly scroll, seeing, funny posts in between. The next app that I feel like a lot of people don't really know about is Visco. And Visco is an app where people can post pictures, but you don't get to see likes, follows, comments, but you can follow other people, you can like other people's posts, you can even repost other people's posts. The reason why I felt like I could use it at the time is because I could post random pictures and not know if people would actually see them, care to see them. And I realized that this is not healthy because I'm allowing random people on the internet to see things about my life, but I stopped posting. Next is Instagram. Using Instagram at the time was negative to me because I would post things on my story all the time. I would follow a bunch of people from high school that I don't even talk to anymore. And it was kind of just negative because I would just be mindlessly scrolling, checking up on other people's lives, almost similar to Snapchat. But the only reason I kept it is because I was actually making money from it. At the time, my YouTube was kind of really big and I was getting brand deals left and right. And throughout some of those brand deals, I was required to post on Instagram and I was getting paid. And I was like, if I'm getting paid, I'm gonna keep this app. So I stopped posting on YouTube for a while. The brand deal started to go down and I realized, okay, well, I'm not checking on people anymore from Instagram anyway. And now I'm not, making money from brand deals using Instagram. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. The last two social medias are TikTok and YouTube. The negative habit that I had with TikTok was just mindlessly scrolling for hours, which I know a lot of us can relate to. But I was also making money from TikTok, and all of this boils down to YouTube. I feel like YouTube kind of extends into every other social media, and because of brand deals and requirements, they make you post on multiple platforms. So TikTok, to me, it was negative because of the scrolling. Also positive because I was making money from it. YouTube, I feel like for me, has always been positive and valuable in a way to where I can learn things. I can see things that aren't in real time. It's not like I'm checking up on people every second, every hour. I also felt like with YouTube, my videos now kind of help people and give people advice and ways to navigate, their lifestyle and their social media habits. So I feel like I could keep YouTube because I was influencing people in an educational perspective and I'm making money from it. Yes, I still do get occasional brand deals, so I make money from collaborations, but I also get paid through AdSense. So this negative effect of using every single social platform has turned into a positive action because I'm only keeping the apps that provide value to my life. And that value is income and helping people. Another danger of social media addiction was posting every single thing I did. I would post myself eating, I would post myself driving, I'll post myself going on a walk, and people don't realize that that's actually very dangerous. Some people can be obsessive over you and lurk on whatever you're doing just because they can, just because you make it accessible to them. And there's probably someone who's been stalking you in the past or has stalked you and you just haven't even realized it. A lot of times people don't know that you don't have to know someone for someone to stalk you and be obsessive. And I realized after posting just mindlessly. People can do anything. People are crazy nowadays, and I just stopped posting real-time moments of my life. And I turned this into a positive action because I realized that only my close friends and my family should know what I'm doing in any moment of my life. A person on Instagram that I don't even know who follows me should not know where I'm going out to eat, should not know that I'm engaged. And these are just my personal opinions, but I feel like it's not okay. Another negative habit that I had was the fear of missing out. That's really unhealthy because you should be able to live your life without trying to make other people notice. There's never an opportunity that you don't miss if it's not meant for you. I felt like even if I wasn't posting, if I didn't have the app, then I would miss out on other people's lives. I would miss out on someone posting their engagement, their wedding, their new house. I realized that that's actually really bad because if the people who are closest to you are not telling you these things about their big life events, then they're not as close as you think they are. You would know about that big life event before they posted about it. I turned FOMO into a positive action by recognizing that you don't miss out on anything that doesn't bring value to you. So just wait for the next chance to do something. You don't have to be that urgent about something that was never meant for you. The next negative habit of having social media was procrastination. If my phone was sitting next to me while I was doing a task and I would get a notification, I would immediately check my phone, divert all attention away from the original task. The way that I was able to turn always checking my phone into a positive action was to completely mute notifications to all of my social media apps. And let me tell you, when I did this, it was a struggle because I felt like I wasn't getting any notifications, and I was like, I know there's people that are messaging me. I know there's people that are liking my posts. I know there's people commenting. And so after I muted them, I would find myself multiple times a day checking the apps just to see if anything was there, because I couldn't physically see it on my screen. And then it got to a point where I was tired of going into the app each time. So I was like, you know what? I'll just check at the end of the day. And then it got to a point where I wasn't even checking at the end of the day. And I feel like muting notifications really does help because it almost puts yourself into the mindset of you don't even have social media. There's no one reaching out to you. There's no one liking your posts, commenting. You just don't have social media. You're disconnected and you're just so much more at peace. You're not like anticipating a flash on your phone. The next negative habit that I had to overcome was my screen time. And I know a lot of us can relate to screen time. I think the most amount of screen time I ever had was maybe 5 or 6 hours, which to me is a lot because when I look back at when I used to work a part-time job in high school, sometimes my shifts at work were 4 to 6 hours long. And you're telling me I spent my whole entire work shift scrolling on my phone. At least when I was working, I was making money. Now I'm scrolling and there's no gain from it. The average person spends 95 minutes on TikTok per day. Just imagine what you could do within 4 to 5 hours. You can cook, read a book, go visit a friend, go talk to a friend, do a craft, paint, pottery. There's so many things you can do within 4 to 5 hours that will actually stimulate your body physically, your mind mentally. So what I did to try to help me improve my screen time, to lower it, was to turn on the report to give me a notification every Sunday of what my screen time would be. After I did this, it was like a competition. Like every Sunday when I would get the report, I would want to decrease my screen time each week. And I think the lowest I've ever had with my screen time was 3 hours a day, which is still a lot because imagine what you can do within 1 hour. If you can do something within 1 hour, you can do multiple things within a span of 3. But going from 5, 6 hours a day to 3 was a big change for me. The last negative habit that I adopted from social media was sleeping late. I used to go to sleep pretty early. Once, my addiction started to kick in, I would scroll for hours and hours and hours. And it would get to a point where I would feel tired and I would still scroll. I would even see those videos of people where they're like, stop scrolling and go to bed, scroll right past it. So an alternative that I found and wanted to kind of incorporate to my nightly routine was to start reading at night. I feel like when I'm reading a book, make sure it's fictional. Fictional books at night rest your mind compared to non-fictional, because non-fictional, you're forcing your mind to be stimulated to whatever you're learning, so it's harder to go to sleep. If you want to go to sleep at night, try reading a fictional book. It's almost like a story time. It brings you back to childhood when your parents would read you a book at night and then you would fall asleep. It almost has the same effect. So try reading a book at night and you'll feel yourself getting tired. And then once you're tired, you can just close the book, because you're not gonna wanna scroll. You're not gonna skim past the pages because you have to actually read. So when you feel yourself getting tired, you actually force yourself to stop and then you go to sleep. So that was my list of all the negative habits and routines and things that I used to do while I had social media. And I feel like I'm a brand new person because of the things that I've adapted to improve. I hope that you guys can take something from this. If there's any negative habits that you currently have that you want to talk about that I could help you with, comment them down below. But I will see y'all in my next video.